everything that we're on.
Generational health is what we're teaching in our family, and that's why I became a holistic practitioner, because my career started out in criminal justice.
And food is about taste, but it's also people eat with their eyes. Because you have to have your entrepreneurial edge, and that's keeping your mouth closed on your secrets of how you do.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Empower716. I am your host, Rob Lowry, and this is a podcast dedicated to entrepreneurs, business owners, side hustlers, and career shifters dedicated to growing their life and business. And so this is an episode that we're dedicating to Black Restaurant Week in the city of Buffalo. And so I have the privilege to have here today Mark Overall from Buffalo Urban League, Young Professionals. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rob.
All right, so we gonna get Mark a little comfortable because Mark is always, if you don't know Mark, he's got the dress, the drip. And so we're gonna get him to relax a little bit because he got a sense of humor as well. So but you brought two guests here today in honor of Black Restaurant Week. So why don't we introduce our two guests?
My name is Dr. D. Green. I'm the owner of Juicey Quartz Juice Bar. It is a holistic alkaline water juice bar where we serve all natural refreshments, teas, juices, and waters.
Awesome.
Yes, my name is Quincey Morris, owner-operator of At 11 Wings and Cuisines. We serve basically a little bit for everybody. Okay. We got some vegan meals. We got some Buffalo staple chicken wings in the sub department. We also have dinners for the family. So we give a little bit of everything because you can't hone in on one type of thing. You got to give a little bit of everything just to make sure you stay in business.
I love it. So Black Restaurant Week. So this is, excuse my ignorance, because this is the second year I've been aware of Black Restaurant Week, and I know we changed the date. Mm-hmm. So I want you to explain to our audience what Black Restaurant Week is first.
Sure. So in the city of Buffalo, Black Restaurant Week is, it actually started in 2018 by former President Kendra Brim, and in 2018 it was Black Restaurant Weekend.
Okay.
She saw that the need, and it was a very timely need, to highlight and promote Black-owned establishments in the city. So it started out as a weekend. The next year, 2019, it was the first year it expanded to a week.
Wow.
And it was just a week long of intentional patronage and intentional promotion, intentional marketing, because as we know, every year new people move to Buffalo, right? New
Absolutely.
People come here for school, come here for work, come here to relocate, come here to take care of relatives that are getting older. That's a big thing now.
Right.
And they don't know all of the staple places that we know. At 11, Fat Cats, just places that, okay, off the top of our mind, it's common knowledge to us, but it's not going to be common knowledge to somebody that just moved to Buffalo.
Right.
So that's why we have this intentional push, and putting it out there, putting all of the participating restaurants there out in all forms of media, whether Channel 4, Channel 7, all of the different news outlets, radio outlets, so that we can let people know, hey, these businesses are here, and we want you to patronize them. So to touch on your point, last year was the first year, was our fifth time running it. We moved it from February to June, and after the winter we had, it seemed like it was a good idea, right? Because it was my idea to do that for a few reasons. One, we really wanted to take advantage of, and in 2021, Juneteenth became a federal holiday, right? So we wanted to take advantage of that. A lot of companies were becoming more and more intentional on DEI efforts, diversity, equity, inclusion efforts, and really just trying to be more intentional honing and displaying cultural awareness in general.
Right.
And so a lot of companies reached out and said, hey, what can we do to embrace this newfound holiday? So just kind of feeling that energy and that vibe, I said, well, you know what? I get that February is Black History Month, but it's cold, it's dark.
Right.
We are going to black restaurants. We were going to restaurants at 6:00. It's dark outside. You know what I mean? I said, so the weather's starting to get nicer in June. I said, why don't we push this thing to June and see how that works, and make it the week of Juneteenth, ending on Father's Day. And we said, okay, we did that. So we sent out a press release letting people know, hey, we're moving it, because a lot of people were looking forward to it being in February.
Right.
So and it was a big hit. We went from 14 participating businesses in 2021 to 58.
Wow.
In 2022.
That's dope.
Right. So, and a lot of it wasn't just the move. It was, being a little bit more diverse in how we do registrations. For a lot of people, they don't like the online option. So we added paper registrations to people because, you're busy.
Right.
And I tell people, shout out to, I tell people it's one thing to be able to have your establishment running while you're, cutting a ribbon at a new wing of the ECMC. Shout out to Russell Salvatore, right? But for a lot of black restaurants, they are they're the head chef, the greeter,
right?
They do the books, so they're usually more actively involved in the day-to-day. So because of that, I didn't want it to be limited to just, hey, here's a link, go on the link when you can. We come to them a lot of times. I'm filling it out. They're giving me the information. I'm filling it out while they're doing their menu or they're prepping for the day. So just making it as accommodating as possible, because Black Restaurant Week is not for the young professionals. It's for the businesses. And when we started marketing and promoting the businesses on a grander scale, a lot of people, even from Buffalo, were saying, hey, I didn't know about this place. I didn't know about that place. And I'll say this, and I'll let you ask another question.
Want to be a guest on our show? We're always looking for entrepreneurs, business owners, side hustlers, and career shifters that are willing to share their life and business experiences, strategies, lessons learned, and pitfalls to avoid with our listeners. If you would like to be considered as a guest on an upcoming episode, email us at empower716@gmail.com and include your contact information along with background information about your business, and share what value you can add to our listeners.
Well, I am super excited to participate in Black Restaurant Week because the Buffalo Urban League has just been entrenched in the different businesses around. They were definitely supportive when I opened my business. We're there at the start and at every turn. If I have a question or I need some help and some support, I can always reach out to the founders and I can send an email and get information very quickly. So I'm super excited to be participating. We are just so happy that we're going to be we're so excited that we're going to be able to display our juices, what we're bringing to the community. And we actually chose the east side of town, at the border of Cheektowaga, to service two communities, Cheektowaga and East Buffalo. And we want to become known that we are servicing you guys for a better, healthier lifestyle, a holistic alternative to things that aren't so good for us. And of course, we all know we have our cheat days. So what do we do when it's time for us to lay off the sodas? Come and see me. Come and see me so I can make those toxins flush out of your body and the nutrients that you are absorbing in your body actually absorb through your intestinal tract. So you can release that stuff that's bad. And then we do, with all of our customers, we let them know what's in the juice, why is it good for you? When somebody's like, oh, do you want to add on sea moss? Why is sea moss good for you? What are the health benefits of sea moss, and why we should use it as a multivitamin instead of taking these supplements that are that just lay in our system dormant and they break down over time, but not as quickly as if it was a live enzyme in your body.
Now, give me your starting your business in our community and just some of the challenges, especially when you're going opposing because, again, we know when we go to the family reunions, we go to a lot of businesses, calories, you just stack up that plate, a lot of calories. And so it could taste good. Everything that tastes good may not be good for you. So what was like your mindset of like, okay, obviously you had to change your lifestyle to reflect your business, I'm assuming, of why you got into this? Is that
well, I'm a holistic practitioner, so my lifestyle's been changed, probably as old as you are.
Yeah.
I've been this way. I'm talking about I've been this way since a little kid. Like little kid, I wouldn't put sugar in my cereal. Like, it was a lot of obesity in my family, and I was like vowing, like, I will never be that fat chick.
Right.
in the family, because people were dying in my family from it, and I'm like, I want to live. I want to be around for my grandchildren and my grandchildren's grandchildren. Generational health is what we're teaching in our family, and that's why I became a holistic practitioner, because my career started out in criminal justice, and I never thought that I would even be thinking about anything doctoral. But it's the way that we live in our family and the way we service our community is what I want to present to other business owners, and even make other business owners aware that the things that we serve our people is either going to keep them alive or help them to see that, that 6 feet under faster. What do you want to do as a business? And like I said, we all have our cheat days. I'm not always 100%, eating a vegan or vegetarian diet. I cheat with macaroni and cheese. Not really meat so much, but I do cook meat for my family and those things. And I'm really excellent. At it. And I make food that you think doesn't taste good tastes really good. I'm just actually naturally gifted. Thankful to the creator for that. And I share it. And I do everything is with an intention of love for our people, to be a better people, to treat each other better. And it starts with what you put in your body.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, and what made it so important that you participate in Black Restaurant Week?
I started business from a college perspective.
Okay.
I graduated with a master's in accounting and finance from Clark Atlanta, HBCU.
Nice.
I came to Buffalo. I'm gonna tell you a quick story.
Yeah.
I do comedy tours. So I have Eddie Griffin, and I had Talent, and I had Arnaz J, few people. And we did a show at Kleinham's. Our after party happened to be at a place. And they talked about me about this place. From Buffalo to New York City, we was on a tour bus. Talked about me so me and Talent got together and said, you know what? We're going to open Buffalo Live. So we opened Buffalo Live, which was the former Mickey Rats.
Okay.
And I got hit with a couple of Buffalo roadblocks when I first came. Everybody don't celebrate what you're trying to do.
Right.
Everybody doesn't celebrate your process. And sometimes it's not you. It's just them. Okay? So I get here and they say, you have to have food. Now, we know there's plenty of establishments that sell liquor in Buffalo that don't have food.
Right.
So I was forced to learn the food part. So I created a menu. I went to Bobby Flay, and I sat down and said, okay, I just want to sit here with you for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing. I just want to watch. Because I wanted to learn the basis. I think that one thing about schooling, it taught us the ground level of how to do business. It doesn't necessarily go into the one angles of this business, or that business. And that's why truly businesses fail, because they don't understand the ground level of business, okay? It starts with the plan. It starts with forecasting. It starts with things that you just can't say, hey, I got a couple bucks. I'm going to open that up. And then you open it up and figure out, I'm in trouble because I don't understand A, B, or C, right? So that's how I got into the food part. And I liked it, actually, because it's one of those immediate gratifications. We as business people, as you know, as Mark knows, as Dr. knows, we don't get immediate gratification sometimes because we're in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes we like to see a smile, too, to say, that was good. And so now, when you get into the food, you look at the Buffalo demographic of food, it is a place where It's unhealthy food. And the doctor said it earlier that you look around and you say, okay, these are the ailments. But I said, I can't go too far left because I'm serving drinks at the same time. So I can't have a fresh smoothie and have a cranberry and vodka.
Right.
So I got to put some chicken wing in the middle of that.
Right.
So that became a process to where it was a learning experience. But I had the groundwork of understanding business. So that formed into, I like this. I'm going to go around and do some food. And food is about taste, but it's also people eat with their eyes. We're into the age of pictures and into Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
You have to present something to them. Now, I'm like the doctor here. I put stuff in my food people don't know about. Because you have to have your entrepreneurial edge, and that's keeping your mouth closed on your secrets of how you do things. So yes, I have superfoods, the super greens. Instead of people thinking it's parsley, I'll give up this one. It's not parsley. It's superfood. The greens is what I sprinkle.
Wow.
But people, it's a parsley. Okay, that's what all you know on the east side. It's parsley. That's what it is. But it's not parsley.
Right. Because
you have to create some sort of balance. And balance does not mean 50-50.
Right.
It could be 60-40, it could be 70-30. But be consistent in whatever that is. I don't serve pork and red meat. I haven't eaten either in 29 years myself. So, but we have other elements. The fructose in the juice is actually just as bad. And she can attest to that, right?
Yes.
It's actually just as bad. So what I did was I sat down and said, okay, let me still be in the game with the foods that people are familiar with. Let me just make it better in my mind so I won't feel guilty when I lay down at night to say, I just poisoned the heck out of you. But I really didn't. Even when we cook, some of the grease, and my prices reflect that, which will be different from a gas station or food somewhere else, because the ingredients I use is a little different.
Right.
I send out for a certain seasoning that comes from Dominican Republic. One 16-ounce costs me $34, but I can go locally to Restaurant Depot and get the down version and pay $4.99. I can push you to the hospital faster, as you were explaining earlier. Wow. So a lot of times people, they look at the surface of things and they don't realize when you peel these layers back, it's a lot to it.
Right.
So we try to hone in on good food. We try to hone in on consistency, but more importantly, the customer service. You can have okay food, but if your customer service is awful, you have terrible food.
Absolutely.
And our community sometimes don't know how to give good customer service because they're not in a good customer service environment. So now Chick-fil-A is so awesome to everybody, but that's how you're supposed to treat people anyway.
Right.
Okay, but to us, it's not normal, right? So the food aspect was something that, because I travel with the comedy thing, I bring different aspects of food, and I'll bring it back here, and I'll try it because this is a greedy place. This is a greedy place. They like food here. You know what I mean? Prior to the pandemic, you can get food in Buffalo till 4 a.m. Now, because of economy and how things have been since the pandemic, you can't do them things. So now you have to figure out your lane, your area, and stay in it. But it can't be a hobby. You have to have first a passion for doing it, because then that means you care about it.
Right.
When you look at someone else doing something and you say, "Hey, I can do that because they're doing it," it's not really a good avenue to take, because the caring and the passion about it is going to be different. Well, yeah, we can make the same thing. Let's go out here and let's taste this first. let's see what it is. So the food aspect with the Buffalo Urban League and what they have done is I've seen other places do it, as he said earlier, but our people have to care about our people. And that was perfect for them to do. And he comes over, he does actually fill it out. I'll be on the phone, I'll be writing something, and he filling out at the same time. His boots are on the ground, which is the difference. A lot of people talk things and they type things and they email things. He actually walks with 3-piece suits on.
3-piece suits. I see that, man. He be
sweating African-American mobile oil. But this guy will go place to place. His passion for it is great.
Hey, what's up, Western New York? Did you know that Empower716 Talk Show is looking to promote and recognize young entrepreneurs in Western New York? You could recommend yourself or someone else to be acknowledged on a future episode. Nominees need to be age 21 or under, has a service or product that offers value, has taken steps to become an entrepreneur, and must be willing to come on the show and talk about their service or product if selected. Email us at empower716@gmail.com.
Want to stay up to date with Empower716? Don't forget to share. Click here in the right-hand corner of the video and follow button below so you can see the upcoming episodes live on your news feed. Find Empower716 on LinkedIn Live, YouTube, Facebook, and other audio platforms.
I want to talk about have a conversation real quick about the stigma oftentimes when we support Black businesses. Mm-hmm. I want to support Black businesses, but every time, and we hear the things that I go to your business, support you, the hours say one thing, and then I go there, it's closed, or there's different things. You mentioned the customer service, the quality of the food, people just trying to get a quick buck. But I also want to talk about how do you as business owners, I guess, change that perception or stigma that's associated with Black business?
I hate that question. You know why? Because somebody's gonna get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
In that. I think what happens is your business is a reflection of you as a person. Rule one. Secondly, it comes to your training and how you view business. Yeah. Okay. Those two things are important. Now, when a lot of businesses are family-based. If auntie not feeling well, cousin had a night out, now you stuck. I've been in them spaces. That's why I think it's very important that you can't own a barbershop and not cut hair. Because one day you're going to have to do it. And you're going to have to take up that slack. The order normally is 15, but I'm in here by myself. He's come, and I've been in there by myself. And I have to be able to do it. Now it's going to take 30, but we're going to do it. Right. Just to keep the hours intact, because we are coming from a realm of people are doing things, but they don't follow the guidelines in which they put out to the people.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of times it's tough. They're doing 3 or 4 different things. They may be a couple kids at home, babysitter didn't show. So there's other things that are causing that, but nonetheless, the customers really don't care about that.
Right.
This thing said 1 to 8, not 1 to 7. And there's times that happens because we're also, when I go back to the number one part of business is knowing how to do it, we already open at a deficit. Absolutely. As business. So where you need 10,000 to open, we came in with 4,500 and we tried to make it work. So now we're always behind the 8 ball because of financing, because people don't understand how to run a business. Yeah, you're a great braider, but who doing the books and who's the person answering the phone with the nasty attitude popping the gum? Those things all go hand in hand. And yeah, we do have a stigma. And unfortunately, if you got 54 businesses and 12 is running right, you'll get people that say, hey, I went to this place last week and my juice wasn't right, so I'm not coming to you. Well, she had nothing to do with that juice. This is 2 different houses.
Right.
But they lump us. But yet, I mean, times if you have something bad at a major chain, they don't judge with the same measuring cup that they judge their own people on. And that goes to a deeper issue that we have to do 2 or 3 more podcasts.
Absolutely.
I kind of like this. It's comfortable in here. It's nice. We got J. Cole on the board. So we cool over here. I like this. But yes.
If you got any questions about our business, because sometimes we, like he said earlier, there may be a family member. And my business is family-based. My son is he's the team lead and I'm the owner. So my mom, she does a lot of our cutting up of our salads and stuff. And my daughter, she does all of our cleaning. So all of those people need to be able to do their job in order for us to function. A lot of the weight is on me. So if we are closing early or anything like that, then I put a message out on our social media page. That's why I connect with every customer, ask them what their social media is, because they answer that before they answer their phones. They'll get a notification, hey, we're closing early, or I just try to stay engaged with them. And also use Google. I let Google know, like, if our hours change due to Mother's Day, or we're participating in this holiday, so we won't be open because of that, then, you know, don't hold us to a stigma because we choose not to be open. I'm the business owner, so I choose to be open or closed.
Right.
And we want you to come, but these are the hours that we're here. We stay pretty consistent with our hours, and even though I promise you it's hard to want to stay there when you've been there all day long and you had literally 2 customers, like, I'm ready to leave now. The sun is finally out, right? And it's warm outside. I'm trying to be out there. But we continue to try to provide that level of service, and we give information on a continuum. And being is that this place is it's definitely different, but it has so many unique positive things about it. It's like I see a community trying. They're just not there yet, but it's the intention that makes me want to be participating in helping support wherever I can. I try to show up for other people's events. I try to support their businesses. And any chance I get to speak about Juicy Quartz and what we're bringing to the table with other business owners, I always try to do that and support. So I like the fact that you have sea moss.
I do.
On your menu.
I want to piggyback on what you just said, which is very important. And if we want the community to support each business, the business owners have to abide by that too.
Mm-hmm. So
There's people that don't go patronize other people's business, but they want customers to come patronize them. Make it make sense to me. Mm-hmm. We all have days off. I'm closed 3 days a week. So I'll go to other places, sit down, try it out, and we eat different, right? Because we do this, so we eat different, we taste different. But I will go to other people's business and sit in the corner and do that. I go a couple of times, and it's not an announcement. It's just, I want to be an example. Mm-hmm. And I think that we have to be an example for the people, and from the owners to show camaraderie. Yeah, we can be in competition, but it's not in a vain way. It's in a,
right.
You over here, I'm over here, it's great. We both hope we win, because the more of us, the better. Everybody likes what the urban community does, the African American does. You can look at cars. Remember Car and Driver back in the day used to have the big rims on the cars, and now the automotive people are selling them out the gate like that. Mm-hmm. So we are trendsetters. Mm-hmm. Right. Across the board.
Always.
But we have to support one another from the owner perspective to show the customer that there isn't an issue. That, yeah, we're in competition. Yeah, my bill's got to get paid, so is theirs. But we support each other, because at the end of the day, the numbers matter.
Absolutely.
Shout out to what Quincey just said about I have to shout him out. Fred Daniels, aka Freddie J. Just a guy I love talking to.
Yeah.
And he will go and promote. We talked about this last year a lot. He goes and promotes Black Restaurant Week to white restaurant owners. Mm-hmm. And he always tells me, he said, well, why should I support Black Restaurant Week? And to Quincy's point, he said, because 25% of your customer base is Black people. Mm. So if you're feeding off them, then why not support them, right? That's the first thing. And then the second thing, back to Quincy's first point and to your question, Rob, we are very, and this is common knowledge, we're much more forgiving with other communities than we are with ourselves.
Absolutely.
We will let you bring us food late. We will, you can mess up an order. But we are much more forgiving than with other communities than we are with ourselves. And like Quincy said, that could be some self-hatred, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, it's an issue that we do have to correct. And then the last thing that I wanted to just touch on, because you brought it up, about the part of the offering when with the hours and stuff. That's something that we started last year. Google isn't always right. Mm-hmm. But you know what? While you're mad at Miss Jane or Miss Sally Sue, she did not put those hours on Google. That's one thing we realized. So me and my communications, we started, that's why in the application we ask for people's hours, because you can go to Google and suggest an edit and say, hey, I went to this business and they said it was open from 12 to 8 and it's really open from 1 to 9. You can suggest an edit, put it in there, and Google will change it based on your suggestion. So now we went around last year changing the hours for when Google listed them open when they weren't open. And a lot of business owners were like, well, I never put those hours on Google. So a lot of times somebody's mad. Oh, they said they were open and they never even put the hours on Google.
Wow, that's good.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a part of the offering of Black Restaurant Week is going in and, like I said, correcting people's hours. A lot of people didn't do gift certificates. How can I gift a meal if you don't have gift certificates? But we make gift certificates on Canva. We print them out. We sell them, and we allow you to sell them. So what I'm saying is, so that's a part of the offering. The young professionals being 21 to 40, a lot of us are more tech savvy. We are more. A lot of us are coming right out of college, right out of grad school. Digital design, all of these content creation. I mean, look at you. You're amazing, right? So because we have those skills, a lot of us can say, hey, you know what? We can create a gift certificate for you. We can build a website for you. Or send you to somewhere that'll do it for free. Shout out to the Small Business Development Center at Buff State that gives Black and brown business owners websites for free. A lot of people didn't know that. And so I got business owners now, hey, I'm getting that free website you referred me to. So it's just the offering of Black Restaurant Week is so much more now than when it started, because we're really trying to optimize the businesses, because we do realize that there are so many stigmas and because we realize people are so quick to say, I'm not coming back. I say, let's make this the best experience we can make it by changing some of these little things that may be beyond the restaurant owner's control. So everybody was asking us for, and we gave 180 to the restaurants because 60 times 3, we gave them 3. So I only had 20 left. So, my mama got one, but that was, but so many people wanted. So now we're trying to order 1,000, like I said, and that's going to be hopefully sponsored. So, I mean, just little things like that, that are going to be seen that, you'll kind of see it as the week goes on.
I'm excited about the growth. I mean, I think, like you said, each year it continues to grow, and I think it's important. And I just reflecting like on years past, like, you stick to your restaurants, it's kind of like, I like this one, I know about this one. And then, like, as I started doing research, even starting this podcast, of like, there's a lot of businesses, so many, that you just don't know about. Like, oh shoot, I didn't know this was over here. Right. So, and just stepping out of your comfort zone, and like you said, different zip codes and so forth, and finding out. So I love the platform that you're creating of awareness, education, support, networking is crucial. So I want to have both of our guests kind of share with our audience where we can find you, whether it's social media, website, and where your business is located, if we want to show support. I'll start with Dr.
Okay, well, my social media is up under my name, Dr. D Green, so it's Dr.Dee and green, just like the color. We also have created a Facebook page for Juicey Quartz, which is Juicey Quartz, Quartz, Juice Bar. And we have a presence in workshops in schools. So we do workshops to enlighten people on how to hydrate. And we want to start with our young people so they can take it home to their parents. We also have a way that you can find us is we are in a co-op, and that is going to change for us. So we want people to stay connected because we are going to get a food truck. So our location now is 2284 Genesee Street, and we are at the border of Cheektowaga and East Buffalo. And like I said, so stay tuned for our food truck that we're going to have possibly before the summer is over.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And at 11 Wings and Cuisines, you can find us on Facebook under the name at 11 Wings and Cuisines. You can also find us on Instagram the same, but we're at www.at11food.com. So those are our places. We're at 3225 Main Street, right off the corner of Windspear. So we're in the University District. Parking can be a challenge. I'll put that out there in advance. However, there is street parking for everyone to be able to take advantage of.
Okay.